What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So I am a big time believer in this philosophy. If you want something bad enough, you will get it. And I try to apply that principle to as many areas of my life as possible. This video being one of them. So I thought, hey, I wanted to do a motivational video today, and I wanted to see if I can inspire at least one other person watching this video to go and pursue whatever is on their mind. So if you've been on the fence with your goals, or you feel like you've just been lackluster with your willpower recently, the first and most important tip that I could give to anybody else looking for that sense of motivation is to just put yourself in a situation where you have to do what you wanted to do anyway. For example, I had about 50 other things that I was looking forward to today, but I also really wanted to make a new video. So I simply sat down in my audio recorder, and I would say after about the first 10 to 15 seconds of audio, I was on such a roll that I didn't want to stop, and if anything, it magnified my willpower to continue. It's that initial push, like when you hear about an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion tends to stay in motion. All it takes is that initial spark, and once you get going, it is hard to stop. I've used this principle with basically everything in my life, especially with weight training, and now I find it extremely difficult to slow down or stop. And I think a lot of people out there have a high sense of willpower, but I feel like a lot of those same people, myself included especially in my past, tend to misdirect all of that useful willpower on the wrong things. Think about any time you might have gone out to get a case of beer or a pack of cigarettes. You had to physically leave your house, open up your car door, start up your car, drive however far, whether it's a few blocks or a few miles, spend all of that time, and then spend your money, which also costed you time, to buy some kind of product that particularly isn't good for you. But the problem is, you chose this. But why did you choose it? Was it a sense of comfort, happiness? Is it a habit that you've just accepted? And listen, I'm not knocking anyone for what they do in their personal lives, but if you're looking to get that motivation to do something better, consider this. You already had that motivation in your heart, you just misplaced it. So if you've been sitting at home saying, I need to make a change, I don't like where my life is headed, I feel stuck, nothing seems to be working out the way I planned, think of how much easier it would have been and more cost effective, if we're going to use that beer analogy, if you had just gotten off the couch, put your hands to the floor, and just started doing as many push-ups as you could. Because that initial spark of conviction can lead to a second set, to a third set, to a fourth set, and beyond. And that increased blood flow is going to lead to your endorphins rushing. That's going to lead to you feeling good and feeling better about your situation. And you know what? Even if you still want to go grab that case of beer afterwards, I can almost guarantee you that in your mind you would feel like you earned it, because you still did something good for your body that day. And you know what? You could use these same principles when it comes to diet. Like sure, you could go waste gas, spend time, and spend extra money on overpriced foods at a restaurant, especially a fast food restaurant, when instead you could cook something at home, which arguably could possibly take less time than driving to a place, depending on what you're cooking, and it would arguably be less expensive, unless you're eating like filet mignon or something. The hypothetical situations could be endless, but I'll tell you one thing from personal experience. When I started applying cold, hard logic to anything I was doing in my life, I just started to naturally adjust my lifestyle accordingly. Because let's be honest, who actively wants to feel like crap? Who wants to feel held back or kept down? And who wants to feel unconfident, unsure, or afraid of their own future? I think it's safe to say the answer is pretty much nobody. But like I said, it all starts with a spark. And sometimes you already have it, but you may not realize that you've just been wasting it. So I want to ask everybody watching this video, how bad do you want to complete your goals? How much do you want what you say you want? And these are basically rhetorical questions, because you can tell what somebody really wants to go after based on the life they live. And if you're looking to make a change because you don't like the life that you're living, like I said earlier, consider physically placing yourself in the place that you want to be. Dedicate a few minutes to it, and the rest might just become history. So ladies and gentlemen watching, I hope that this inspired you even a little bit, and I hope you guys succeed in whatever endeavors you may have. It would put a big smile on my face if I knew that I uplifted at least one other person today. I look forward to you guys leaving comments, whether it's over a current struggle or a success story. And if you found any value in this video, consider hitting that like button. And if you really want to show me some love, consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget, if you like anything related to fitness, gaming, hobbies, or motivational speeches, check out the rest of my channel, because life isn't one-dimensional, and neither is my content. So until next time, absolutely love your life, absolutely stay motivated, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.